What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're drawing the Lord of the Wasteland from Fortnite. For today's lesson we'll need some plain white paper and a pencil. I'll start today's sketch with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now I want to begin our drawing by adding some guidelines to help with the balance and symmetry of our drawing. So sketch a line coming down the center, starting at the very top in the middle. Just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom. All the way down, these short lines. Let's move back to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. I'm going to be using these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page to define the size of the head. So from that center point, let's move up. I'm going to mark off the top of our circle right about here. And I'm going to measure this distance from the center down towards the bottom. Let's do the same thing across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center over towards the left, and then over towards the right. Now I'm going to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. Let's start with the top left. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect, we're just using this as a guide. We can always go back and just readjust and smooth this out. Let's move to the side of our circle, add another line coming down towards the bottom, and then extend that up towards the top. Now I'm going to add one more line going across the bottom of our circle. Now with our circle and guidelines in place, we're going to start blocking out the basic shape of the mask. Let's start from the center. We're going to draw a straight angled line going up and out toward the left, and then the right side. Now I'm going to create a gap in between the eyes. So from the center point, let's move over towards the left, draw a straight line coming down, right about there. Take that same distance over towards the right. Let's extend this down. Now let's add some shape to the eyes. From this point, we're just going to angle this up and then out towards the outside line. And then work our way around the outside of the eye. We're going to step in, draw a short line coming down and out, and come down and in towards that bottom line. Let's angle the eye, coming down and in towards that inside line. Let's go back up to that top point of the eye, draw a straight line going all the way up towards the top of the mask. Now from the bottom edge of the eye, we're going to step down to right about here, angle the nose, coming down and in towards the center. Step down, draw a straight line going all the way across the mouth. Now I'm going to go back to the outside of the eye line, we're just going to angle the head, coming down and in towards that mouth line. And then from here, angle this down and in towards the chin. It's going to flatten off the bottom. Now let's go halfway between the outside of the jaw towards this line right here. Angle this up and then out. We'll do the same thing on the right. Go across the cheeks, going out towards the side. Now let's go back to the jaw. It's going to curve this out and back in towards that top line. Let's continue this line, going all the way out towards the side. Come down towards the bottom of this curve, draw that same angled line. And we'll do the same thing on the right, just extending this line going up and go across the bottom. Now on the end, I'm just going to round this out with a curve. Let's go up underneath, angle the shoulders, coming down and then out. Let's go back and add in the brow. From the inside corner of the eyes, angle this up and in. Angle this up and out towards that top center line above the eyes. And we'll angle this back down towards the side of the head. Now let's go underneath the eye. I'm just going to angle this down and in just underneath the corner of the nose. And go straight down. Now I'm going to go all the way back up to the top and add some shape to the hair. Let's start from that center point. Just going to wave the hair going up, then across towards the left. And I'll sweep this up towards the end. Bend this back in, across the top of our circle, and then bring this in. Let's add another layer in behind, starting from the top left, bend this up, across the middle, and then come down towards the side. I'm going to add one more point in the center, going up, across, and then down. Let's add a point going up, going around and in, and tuck this in towards the side. Now over on the left side, I'm going to curl the hair coming down. So starting back in the middle, I'm going to go up, and then down toward the left, pull this around, and then tuck that in. Now at this stage, we're going to go back and clean up our drawing by erasing some of these guidelines. Now I'm going to switch my pencil to a 0.9mm and start adding some contrast. And I want to start with the top of the eyes. I'm just going to darken up the contrast. And we're committing to these lines, but we can make some adjustments if we need to. You can see that I'm going back and forth from left to right just to make sure that I'm balancing this out. Now with the eyes in place, I'm just going to tuck the iris and pupil underneath the brow. On the top. I'm going to add a thick bevel along the outside and bottom. Just tuck that in. I'm just going to flare out the edge of the nose, going out towards the side. And pull that in towards the middle. Let's add that bevel. Just tracing the outside and bottom of the nose. Now let's separate the teeth along the bottom. And just work our way out towards the side. Now with the hair, we want to add some texture on the ends. Just going to add these little folds and just work our way up and in. we're just going to tuck the ears in behind the mask along the side. Just going to see the outside edge. And then we'll do one final cleanup before we add more details and shading. Let's darken up that area inside the eye, going around the pupil. Let's move to the side edge of our 2mm pencil and add a medium shade to the outside ring. Now I'm going to go in and start adding some shades to the bevels. Let's darken up the side on the left, around the nose. I'm just going to go a little bit lighter on the right side. Now we're going to add a glare over on the left side. So we're just going to darken up the center, coming down, and we're just going to feather that out towards the side. Now with these little barrels on the side, I'm just going to step up, create a little bit of a highlight along the bottom edge. I'm just going to fade that up to create a little bit of a reflection and glare. I want to make sure that we darken up the bottom edge. Enhance that texture inside the hair. Just going to fade the tips going up. And you want to darken up the base of the hair and then blend that up and enhance that texture. And I'm just going to go back and add a little bit more detail on top. Now, as we get closer to the end, we're just going to tighten up our reflection and shadows, and always be sure to send out artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of the Lord of the Wasteland from Fortnite. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.